Crazy Cool Cat, and welcome back to Sims 4 Season 2, 1, something or other. Who knows? But today I'm joined by the awesome, amazing
Alright, into the news!
Kody. Yep. You guys have asked for it, new friends to join, and you have received them. New friends. And also, if you couldn't tell, Meredith got a bit of weight on her, and take a guess, yep, she has a kid. But look at her, she's like belly first, just walking around. How long is it until you have this kid? 17 hours, and then she'll have the kid.
I don't think that's how children work.
That's too bad. It's how they work now. Okay, so she needs to use the bathroom and then watch some more TV.
My two favorite things.
But yeah, in this episode, we're also going to have like a mini story time. I don't know. I just like this trend. I like where it's going. But not only story time, it's more or less going to be just a random chat. And Kody, you're going to be my co-host for today.
Yay, I feel so special.
That's because you are.
Should I take that as a compliment or not?
Yes. Lies. First part
like
of this topic.
My life, you mean?
Yeah, true. But the first part of this topic is something that happens a lot, and I'm sure it's happened to probably all of you. For one, white lies, which we all do, and we cannot deny because, guys, we can't deny this. We all do this. But another main thing that I want to address in this is that, honestly, people... Oh, for example, you have a ton of beauty. You're gorgeous just the way you are. But then they turn right around and they criticize you for every little thing. Like, oh, you need to lose more weight. Here, I'll help you. Oh, you have too much acne. You're da-da-da-da-da-da. Or they're pointing out all your flaws or bad habits that happen. And even though you're apparently beautiful the way you are. What is your opinion about this, Kody?
They're just insecure about themselves. And they need somebody to make fun of.
I feel Katy Perry song coming on. All your insecurities. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I regret everything.
Oi, fam, I know how you feel.
Why are you guys so hungry? You just ate. What even? Take a bath. Get some food.
I feel like it would be like a lot harder too.
Yeah, because you can have own free will, but it'd be nice to have somebody deal with the pain and
somebody else can blame them.
Yeah, like if you mess up, it won't be your fault. It'll be somebody else's. But at the same time, you do not have as much freedom to make your own mistakes and learn, yada yada yada. And so is Frozen.
I mean, oh, that's nice.
Okay, she's hungry and she needs to pee. That's wonderful. Yeah, white lies aren't awful, honestly.
Not like some lies are sort of needed, I guess, to like keep people's safety and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't really tell the truth about everything. If you did, then you'd be kind of screwed over
like
a bit.
Surprise parties. Let's, while we are on this topic, talk about good and bad white lies.
So there's like the general like truths you need to like make you better, but then there are like white lies that you sort of don't really like to help hide your feelings and like to make this person feel good.
Right. And like one example is honestly, oh, I think you look really pretty today. It's not exactly a white lie, but at the same time, you don't always mean it. You kind of just want it to be there to help boost someone's self-confidence.
Like false hope and not telling them the truth. And like, you know, it works both ways.
Yeah, like an example of a random lie, like, oh, say you were supposed to change your sheets on your bed, and they're both exactly the same, so your mom/dad does not know if you changed them or not. You said, oh, I didn't change them, it's fine, but in reality, you changed them, and no, you didn't change them, and then they find out, and honestly, which is understandable. I mean, you lied to them, you betrayed their trust. though it's not an awful lie, people will think of it this way because they want to know they can trust you.
Yeah, even if it's something as small as that can really define you as a person and what you sort of do in situations like that. Because lying something as little as that, I mean, it might not seem big to a time, but it might really just affect your like standing with that person.
Right. Trust is a human emotion that is almost as complicated as understanding what love is. Honestly, people
What's
will never.
love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't
No
hurt
more.
me no more.
No,
Sorry, every time I hear the word love, I have to say that now.
it's fine. But honestly, it's something that not everybody understands or grasps the concept of because some people are just like, oh, well, yada yada yada, this happened, that happened. But they don't always or return feelings or honestly just agree with how you are. I mean, sometimes you'll tell someone something like a secret and they can't keep it and they will open their trap and tell it to everybody they know, which honestly is not fair to the person who told the secret, yet at the same time it is fair because you told them and you put your trust in them. Although you may not be able to trust them again, it is technically your fault since you told them yourself.
Back to what you said, like, where people are not, like, returning feelings and stuff. I know a lot about that, fam, like, but you gotta give the people a break, because, like, they're not you. They haven't gone through the things that you have, and they don't understand some things of the way you do, because everybody's sort of different in that way. And
Right.
so you gotta give them a break. And, like, I have a hard time remembering this, and, like, I just have to remind myself that every so often where people don't really look at you.
Right. And honestly, not everybody is going to be the same, and not everybody is going to have the same view on things. I mean, sometimes we have to accept that just to really find out who we actually are.
I think that really just like matters in this sort of time because like a lot of us don't know who we are. It's a really confusing time, and I think it's really important that we sort of grasp that concept.
Right. And not everybody in some countries are communist democracies. It won't matter as long as apparently there is so-called peace with other people, even though that's not the case. I mean, everybody has a different opinion on something, which revolves in the fact, oh, a war may be started because two people are just arguing over a small thing.
I mean, like if I remember correctly, like World War was like just broken out because one dude died, and like World War happened. I mean, it's just like depends on how people take things because like what something may not be as a big deal to you may be like a really big deal to somebody else and might start like a really big conflict.
Right. And honestly, everybody has their opinions, which we should respect, but lately that's not been happening. I mean, I'm going to be honest and have a little bit of a rant here, so Cody, I'm sorry you have to deal with this.
It's fine.
Honestly, so I told this girl thing that was just between us, and she was really good. She was a great friend, and she didn't tell anybody about it. We were talking about it one day together, and another girl who, honestly, she's a good friend, but she cannot just keep her mouth shut. I am sorry if because she knows who I'm referring to, but honestly, there are days where she and I have issues just because we cannot agree on something because of something that happened. And it's honestly something. The only reason I'm really mad at her for this is because she eavesdropped on the conversation and found out something that I personally would rather have kept to myself. But I wouldn't have minded if I had told her myself, but she eavesdropped, and honestly, I felt like that was a betrayal of trust since she knew she was doing it.
It sounds reasonable. I mean, like, they shouldn't have been eavesdropping on the conversations, and even if they did, they shouldn't have shared it because that information is not.
Honestly, didn't even care that she heard it. But the thing that annoyed me was she nearly told the person who it was about. So I was telling my friend who already knew about it about honestly, I think this guy is somewhat cute in my class. So I'm like, oh, don't you think so and so is kind of cute? She made the assumption that I have a crush on him, even though that is not the case. And it's not cool to do that and then go up to him and say that I have a crush on him.
So that's what you've been ranting about.
Yes.
I've been wondering what happened to make you rant about this for 3 whole days, and now I finally know. Oh God, fam, I know how you feel. Like when somebody kind of betrays your trust like that a bit, when they sort of lie to you.
Yeah, it's honestly awful because she didn't even tell me that she knew about it either. She didn't say, "Oh, I heard this." The only reason I found out is because the guy came up to me himself and said, "Oh, do you love me?" And I'm like, "No, hear this from." And he said, "Oh, so and so told me." And I'm like, "Oh, I did not tell her anything about this." And honestly, at that time, I didn't even know what to think. I didn't know if she had eavesdropped and told more people. And honestly, I just felt really sad and disappointed in her as a friend.
And that's perfectly reasonable. Now I'm going to bring up something else.
Mhm.
What if that's something that really affected you in a way?
That something is not cool.
Now, like, it depends on what they were doing it for. Like, were they doing it to protect themselves? Or, like, sometimes depending on who does it to you and who has, like, done it, it affects you. Like, if they're a really close friend and they do that, it's going to hurt you a lot. But if it's somebody you don't really know that well, and you really don't like, then it's not really going to affect you that much. But, I mean, to you about what somebody you really don't know or like did when they actually did it, it kind of hurts.
Yeah, and another thing I want to bring up about people is sometimes they will do something and then they'll tell a story to their friend like, "Oh, guess what happened?" Da 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 da. Even though it's the thing that happened to them and they're just blaming it on someone else. Like, I'm gonna make up some names here. Oh, so the person's name I'm talking to, say Wes or something, and then the person again, I guess that's a random name.
Morgan Freeman.
No, stop. But honestly, so say Wes is like, "Oh, guess what happened to Morgan today? He did da 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 da," which just happens to be like something really embarrassing or something like that. And then it turns out the real thing is Wes did that to Morgan and not Morgan to Wes, which would honestly be something I wouldn't appreciate, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, that's basically just putting your blame on somebody that probably had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and honestly, another thing is, so even if I don't know or say something about it, say there was some dispute about this person between Morgan and Wes, and say the person's name is Emily. And so something happened about Emily, and then I end up telling Emily because, you know, she would be my friend in this case. So I tell her, "Emily, these people did something, and I think it would hurt you." And so I tell her about it, and she thinks Morgan did it, even though Wes is the one who did. And then that would ruin their friendship.
It would just be like a long line of just where somebody lied and everybody just sort of gets hurt in
Basically,
the
the
end.
domino effect.
Yeah, except without communism.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, there can be communism, but I mean,
not in this case. But
boy, there
honestly,
can be communism.
speaking of which, I want y'all's opinion on something. Though not many people comment on my videos, I would like your opinion. And do you guys think about people who say, "Oh, you tell them something that you heard about them. You're not sure if it's true or not, but you tell them anyway." And what do you do about people like that?
Well, they deserve to know that somebody's or people are talking about them like that, or something information has gone out about that. They deserve to know that something like that has happened, or if they are don't know already. But
Right.
I mean, if like that sort of happened to just one person and went around the school, I would try to track down the person who spread the thing in the first place and sort of just try to talk it out. I mean, I'm not going to resort to any violence or anything like that. I'm not going to try to yell at them or anything. I just want to hear their reasoning behind it and their explanation. Maybe they had like a really good reason to do it. I don't know. I can't really speak for them.
Yeah. Another thing I don't like is you have three friends, say Morgan, Wes, and Emily again, just for this sake. So say that, for example, Morgan and Wes are both super good friends, just the same way as Morgan and Emily are. But in this case, Morgan and Wes, something happens between them, and there's a big conflict between. Emily is left all alone to pick a side, And so say Wes did something behind Morgan's back and Emily knows about it. What would you do? Would you speak for the sake of Wes or Morgan?
Well, this sounds like a big old, this sounds like something that would happen in, like, a drama TV show. Because, I mean, I haven't really been exposed to that sort of situation before. But I would try to stay out of it. Because I would try to help. I mean, just a flat-out big old disagreement, hatred thing.
Right.
That I just want to avoid all that drama. And so, I mean, I wouldn't really pick a side, per se. I mean, I would maybe secretly pick a side, but I wouldn't really help that side. I would see where it would go, and I would try to help both sides. In the end, try to work it out.
Well, guys, I think this is all the time we have for our little chat. Your opinion in the comments below, and thank you so much, Kody, for helping me with this. And if you guys would like, and Kody appeals to your amazing begging, if he would like to do a let's chat with me. So we shall see where this goes. Thank you guys so much for loving. Hashtag Lizzie loves you. Don't forget to check out the description below and leave your comment of your opinion. Bye!
Peace out, fam.